one thing that I don't think is so great is the salary difference between what the WNBA pays a starter and, newly drafted and what the NBA. And I know it's because of television audience.
Sure.
I understand that.
Yeah.
But how do we get this to grow?
Well, we're doing it. We're in the midst of that right now. We're in the midst of it growing. And the more we put out an amazing product, which we've been doing, which we've been screaming at the top of our lungs that we have been doing, the more viewership we're seeing. As you see the NCAA, you saw the WNBA finals, you saw the three-point contest between Sabrina and Steph. Like, the viewership is growing, and it's going to continue to grow. You have Caitlin Clark and the viewership that happened at most of her games this year, and so it's continuing to grow. And as it grows, right, we'll get more people that jump on the bandwagon and want to support. And so it's trending in the right direction. We're still a young, the WNBA is still a young league, but it's coming. It's coming. There's no doubt in my mind that it's going to happen. It's just a matter of time.
Well, when you look at ticket sales, they've got to improve.
Yeah.
Because everybody now wants to see Caitlin Clark when she comes through.
Yeah, everybody wants to see Caitlin Clark. You saw Vegas just sold out season tickets for their season this coming year. It's happening. It's happening slower than I think people want it to happen, but it's happening.
What about the endorsements? That's the other way. I think probably Caitlin Clark and many of the women coming into the league now make more money in endorsements than they do in salary.
Yeah, it's not just Caitlin Clark. You look at the Candace Parkers, you look at the Sue Birds, you look at the Nnekkas, you look at the Jewel Lloyds, you look at the Ryan Howards. Like, there's a misconception about the money that women are making in endorsements. These women are making money in endorsements. Just because it's not screamed at the top of the mountain doesn't mean that they're not doing it. There are companies out there that are really putting their money where their mouths are and really supporting women athletes. And again, it's going to continue to happen.
I think people learn more about the fact that so many women in the WNBA, in order to make their bills, have to go play abroad through what happened to Griner.
Yeah.
And how do we get it to the place that we don't have young women having to go to foreign countries to play?
Again, it's with the viewership, it's with the sponsorships, but I also want to go back on that a little bit. I think what the missing piece in that conversation is, we didn't have a WNBA for so long, so there was no women's league here in the United States. So all our older players, our pioneers were overseas. And so that became the status quo as well, to go overseas and play. The W came in '97, and then it was like, oh, there's an option to also stay. And so when it came in '97, we're still growing the game, but the status quo for women athletes, because we didn't have a league here, was to go overseas. So a lot of our Cheryl Swoops and Coops and Rusha Browns and all these people, they played overseas first. So it became the status quo for people like me coming into the league, was to go overseas, hone your skills, grow, get better, right? And so that we can also have a better product when we come back to the W. But I think that's starting to fade away now. People are starting to see there's opportunity here in the States. You look at athletes, you look at AU is an opportunity. Obviously, the W and the salary increase with the W. And so players are now starting to tail away from that, because now we have more opportunity to stay here in the States.